Hello, my favorite LGBTQ extended viewer and other less important people. In these dark times, after that horrible and dreadful November, I was hoping to receive some support from our comrades in China, but instead they just exposed themselves as backstabbing traitors, and their weapon of choice was this awful creation, a game that would make a Hitler proud, called Infinity Nikki. I don't know where to start. List of issues I found in this abomination of a game is longer than the list of Donald Trump's crimes. Let us start from the fact that this game is a one never-ending body-shaming fest. Instead of giving you ability to create a realistic plus-size woman with a vitiligo and a nose ring, you are represented in this game as a absolutely unrealistic and very beautiful girl. I have restarted several times hoping that I was just unlucky and there is a way to play as me, but just like there is no way out of Auschwitz, there is no way out of the hell of body shaming in Infinity Nikki. Now I know how they felt in 1942. The whole game revolves around style, outfits, and your ability to look better than anyone else. But you can see a hand of Chinese patriarchy pushing women in these predefined roles instead of allowing them to dream about becoming presidents, journalists, or sex workers. No, why? Just go around, catch butterflies, groom animals, gather flowers, craft dresses, help community, dress up, and live this miserable and depressing life in this god-forsaken place that reeks of oppression and slavery. Everyone in this place looks like they could march in Berlin in 1935. They are fit, they are attractive, as if they are part of some kind of eugenic program. And your character essentially has to become a part of this far right club. Where are all the fat people? Where are people with disabilities? I am afraid to imagine what happened to them. What are you supposed to do in a place like this? Well, game is shamelessly ableist and it constantly pushes you to complete platforming challenges that could easily make it completely unplayable for many of my colleagues. What if I have anxiety? What if I don't want to participate in this far right concept of earn your reward? Did these developers leave a way for me to progress the game without playing it? Of course they didn't. I mean, yes, you can buy levels with money, but to be honest, my last month on OnlyFans was not the best one, so I guess I'm stuck. Anyway, then we have fighting system that consists of throwing some magic orbs at enemies and using jump attack. This is where I almost lost my consciousness and was shaking throughout the whole experience. Developers force you to attack some marginalized creatures on basis of them being impure, and you're literally meant to purify them by purging them. You know who else was hell bent on purifying things? One very famous Austrian painter. I guess they could not make a game about him, so you can play as this Aryan girl who acts as a purity crusader instead. I believe it's not far-fetched to assume that this game will cause a major increase in neo-Nazi activity throughout the world, and the smiling face of this girl will appear on emblems of a new wave of skinheads. And if you think that you could have a respite from these horrors in a less violent activities, well, you are in for a rude awakening. For example, in order to craft clothes, you must get materials. How? By brutally exploiting animals. Game teaches you to sneak upon them and then pluck their feathers or fur while masquerading as an animal groomer. Why do they teach to exploit nature? Why isn't PETA involved already? Just because you show me a cute cutscene where you pretend that animals consent to exploitation doesn't mean that they actually consent. Also, you are accompanied by this little bigoted piece of shite all the time. It would be an okay comedic relief if not for constant misgendering he is doing. When I play games, I want to be referred as they, them. Yet this outright little troll constantly calls Nikki she, her, thus reinforcing fascistic idea of you being stuck forever with the gender assigned at birth. You know who else misgendered people and praised forced gender assignment? Nazi Germany. And we know how it ended. Now you might be wondering, what is the core of this dubious game, apart from raising new generation of brown shirts? In two words, collecting outfits: dresses, clothes, pants, skirts, shirts, jewelry, haircuts, accessories, and such. And then using it all to humiliate underprivileged people with less income and make sure that you are the most stylish, good looking woman in the whole game world, with best genes and with the skull of a perfect shape. Because of this inherent idea of certain looks being superior to others based on some archaic understanding of beauty and style, I have zero ways to express myself. The way I and my colleagues dress is represented only by enemies who are portrayed as lowly sacs and other comically ugly things. Game further fortifies this exclusionary approach when it prevents you from logically and properly reacting to the world and its events. For example, when I was told by male NPC that my hair looked good, I did what every sane person would do. I went into haircuts menu and tried to shave my head. To my surprise, there is no way to do it. This alone makes it impossible to recommend this game, but it's not all. When I tried to search for increased chin, add bulge, or enlarge Adam apple sliders, I could not find them anywhere. This leaves a lot of Western women feeling completely excluded. You can't even have armpit hair. Pretty sure a certain German book had the chapter about it too. Is there anything redeeming? At first I thought there is. When I visited my first town, I rejoiced seeing that it's managed by a female mayor, but my optimism was premature. When I tried to engage with the mayor in a meaningful conversation about important social issues, I found out that all she cares is electricity outages, community and safety, all the typical right-wing dog whistles. There is no way to talk about access to abortion or bans on plastic straws or anything really important. Oh, and she's boasting her being ultra hard-working crunch slave as if it's some kind of virtue. So, my conclusion: it is an exclusionary body shaming simulator with constant misgendering and a lack of representation on so many levels that you genuinely can't tell whether it was developed in current year or in 1934. The fake cuteness can't hide this game's militant far right nature. I feel ashamed that more than 20 millions of players felt so indifferent to all of those critically important issues that they somehow could continue playing this game. I wish you strength in this horrifying world. Thank you for watching and try to stay a decent human being.